Hey everyone, thank you for clicking in and watching in here. My name is Scott Bieda. I'm an offensive assistant coach for Lafayette College, and we're gonna take a look at some drills that you can be doing at home during this time of quarantine. Hope everyone's staying safe and healthy during this time. I put together some drills that we like to do in the off season, specifically for our offensive guys. And these drills are awesome for a time like this where you might not have a lot of space or a lot of equipment to use, but you have a backyard, a cage, and hopefully some cones, and you can really work with your space to really grow and enhance your game. Maybe things that you wouldn't necessarily work on during a season, but a time like this that you can really improve your skill set as an offensive player. So we'll get started here. So the first drill that I want to talk about is just a simple ladder progression for offensive guys. I think the ladder is used a lot for defensive purposes, but really offensively, it's a great tool to use to really work on your footwork, your change of direction, and really just overall your stick work and being able to control the ball and keep your head up and at the same time moving your feet. If you don't have a ladder at home right now and you're quarantined, I think it's a great time to be creative. If you have a piece of chalk, putting it on your driveway or in the street, just creating boxes that you can step your feet into. If you have a lot of pair of sneakers or shoes, just creating boxes out of that, or even just sticks in your yard from fallen trees, and just creating a ladder. Just being creative during a time like this. I think that you could create a ladder and just really work on and honing in on your change of direction. So the things to focus on are exploding out of the ladder, keeping your head up the entire time, keeping a rattlesnake, which you'll see the guys do, of just keeping that stick right by their ear and just like a rattlesnake, continuing that cradle with their wrist back and forth to make sure that they're strong with the ball. And they're just going to go through a little progression of 1 foot in, and they're going to come back with 2 feet in. Then they're going to work on an icky shuffle, which is just getting 1 foot outside of the ladder. And then they'll finish off with the ski shuffle of actually both feet getting outside the ladder. So I'll play the video here for you guys. So as this is playing, you can see the cone is at the end of the ladder, really working on exploding. When they get outside that ladder, working on a stutter step and then igniting past that cone. Really trying to work on keeping their head up. Notice the cradle right by their ear. Trying to do a good job of keeping their head up, and then boom, 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 exploding out past that cone. Their stick exploding first, knowing that their body will follow after. So they did 1 foot down, 2 feet back. Here's the icky shuffle. So 2 feet in the box, just 1 foot outside the box. This is really working on either if they're jabbing or splitting in their dodge. This really focuses in on keeping your feet, underneath your head, and then making left or right moves, but keeping that foot not way outside your body, but just a little bit outside your shoulder, so that you can use it to explode off, and you're still going north-south, but at the same time making an east-west move. The last one here is just a ski shuffle. You'll see both feet come outside the box. That second foot just wants to tap the ground. You're trying to just tap the ground there. You don't want to plant your foot, and then you're exploding forward. So a nice little ladder progression for you that you can use in your backyard there. The next one is a zigzag drill. This is a really simple and easy drill. Obviously the zigzag most commonly used for just going back and forth and working on either your split or your roll, kind of a basketball type drill. This specific drill, we're really focusing on our bounce and what we call our Z dodge, which is just getting in to get out. This is an attackman bread and butter drill of just really probing and surveying and making sure that you're not dodging within the same plane or same line the entire time when the ball is in your stick. So the keys in this drill, 6 cones. Again, be creative. If you have some water bottles or some t-shirts to put on the ground, that'll do. The distance between the cones is about 5 yards. And again, you're going to see on this drill, the guys keep their head up the entire time. If you have a partner out there with you, that person putting up numbers as you're keeping your head up is an awesome way to make sure and hold yourself accountable. You'll see a change of speed in their body height. This is a really great drill working on creating separation from your defenseman, working on going one hand to two hand. So as they dodge up, they can have one hand or two hand on their sticks, and as they pull back and bounce, they're going to have two hands on their stick, and then really working on diving their shoulder down. So I'll let this video play. Again, you'll see them explode forward, two hands on the stick. You see their body comes nice and high when they're looking to feed, and really just working on their bounce and creating separation, and then getting back up into their defenseman. The main skill cues, right, is stick high, body high. So as their stick comes high, I want their entire body to come high as well. What mostly happens is their defenseman then matches that body height, and then they can explode forward. When they explode forward, really working on trying to dive that front shoulder down. The more that we can dive that front shoulder down, the better chances we have at least gaining a step on our defenseman. Even if our defenseman gets a check, we can soak that with that front shoulder and gain leverage and gain a step. So that's called the zigzag drill. The next one is the hesitation drill. Again, 6 cones, just like you saw for that zigzag drill, but just having like in between each cone a halfway marker. So again, that could be a water bottle, a t-shirt, if you don't have other cones that you can use. But this is just working on your change of speed, again, your change of body height, and really your hesitation and being able to freeze your defenseman so that you can explode forward. So in this drill, you'll see same exact setup as before, working on pausing halfway in between. Really, the first one that we're doing here is showing hips. So you're going to see them showing their hips to their defenseman, squaring their defenseman, and then exploding forward. Really, it's just a pause in the middle of the air, getting their defenseman to freeze just for a second, and then exploding forward. Really trying to focus on throwing that stick in front of us, knowing that our body will just follow right after. But just a pause in midair, and then pushing forward. On the way back, working on a back hitch, which is really just a pause, almost like a rocker step. But this rocker step is not just used on the island, it's really used all over the field. So working on pausing in the midair, showing your back like you're going to roll dodge, and then pushing forward. Again, Brian Hess, the second guy here, is doing a nice job of, once he does that hesitation and back hitch, throwing your stick and your head forward, knowing that your body will follow. Again, a great drill to really focus on your change of direction and your speed. Another drill here, slide bounce. This is a great drill for attackmen and really middies that are in the big little game of working on your dodging below GLE. All you need is a cage here, and if you have 2 cages, awesome. If not, I'll just let this video play a little bit so you can see the setup here. But all you need is just one other cage to be next to the cage that you're shooting on. If you have 2 cages, awesome. Put that cage backwards. And what you're working on is bouncing from that cage to get around that cage and then to get up the hash. The reason why I like to use the cage, it's a great representation of how far you have to bounce to make it seem like you're going to feed. And it's a perfect angle to then get back up the hash for a shot. Of course, you can use cones for this, but if you want to have something that you're actually trying to get around and bounce around like the cage, you can use garbage cans or bins, anything really that creates a block from you going and turning the corner that you have to bounce, right, and work on what we just worked on with that hesitation drill of pausing, getting our stick high and our body high, and then being able to explode forward. So the main thing here is your eyes are on the inside, focusing on if there was a slide guy inside, keeping your eyes on the slider, making it seem like you're going to feed inside. That slider then recovers and snaps back inside, and now you're able to change speed and dive that shoulder down and really explode up that hash and get that shot off before then he can slide and return again on your hands. So here's a couple reps here to show you, both righty and lefty. So working on that bounce, stick high, body high. Notice the change of body height here, right, in that feeding posture, and then being able to come around and turn that corner. Again, you see the change of speed. Slow, stutter step in the beginning, then boom, fast, slow again, back to fast, shot. And doing a really good job of that posture, going from a loaded stance, or what we call a leopard stance, to then bringing that body back up high, to then going back into that leopard stance, and really creating where your hips are changing and your body height, the level of your helmet is changing, which the defensemen are taught not to look at, but most of the time wind up focusing their eyes on. And then last drill here for you guys is called Kill the Grass. This could be done with 2 players, or honestly, honestly, this could be done with 1 player as well, of just working on in a 5x5, working on the different moves that we've worked on and we've talked about on the past couple slides. Working on keeping your head up again, working on the separation by either using a bounce, a zigzag, or some kind of hesitation. So basically in this 5x5 coned area, just working on being strong with the ball. Again, if you have a partner, to try to give fingers up that they have to call out the numbers while being strong with the ball, but really accepting pressure, owning the pressure, and not being fazed by it, by still being in control. You can do this with a defenseman. Obviously, it's better, but you can also do it with a guy who has a short stick in his hands, and really just working on your different moves and being able to be in control of the ball on your stick, and being able to own that 5x5 is just a really nice skill cues to use, whether you're an attack or midfielder. Thank you guys for joining in. Hope you got something out of that. I think these are great drills to use during this time that can really enhance and grow your game, specifically for your stick work, your stick skills, and your footwork. And those are all things right now that you really just need a small space to work on, and being creative with different elements around you, whether it's cones, garbage bins, water bottles, t-shirts, to really grow your game. So hope everyone's staying safe and healthy out there, and thanks for tuning in.